Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. And it's just Marco here today for the third time. I am like Harry. In the episode, like I have done this review. I have started filming this review 3 separate times, and for some reason, I am just completely like. I must be in a weird mood today or something, because for some reason, like I'm freezing and I'm just completely not myself reviewing this. I don't know what happened. I need a pill to start reviewing this so I can just crank it out, because I got 2 episodes to review and I haven't even started reviewing anything yet. And this isn't even going to make sense because... Oh, fuck. Okay. I don't want to do a 4th review. Okay. I am here to review American Horror Story Season 10, Episode 1, Cape Fear. And now, this is... I am sorry, guys. I am not normally like this. I don't know what's going on. I promise I am fine. This season this season is about vampires, and I don't know what is going on. This is so weird. Oh. Okay. It's about this family that goes to Provincetown. They go to Provincetown and they're going there. They're going to Provincetown because the husband needs to find somewhere to write his pilot for his upcoming show. And so he's got to edit this pilot. He's got to like rewrite it all over again as usual. You know how that works. All the script rewrites. In fact, there was this great line where the daughter was like, "I thought they really loved your script. Why do you have to write it again?" That was really funny. I mean, that is something that a lot of writers probably ask themselves when they, all of them talk about like getting notes, and they got these little post-it notes on their scripts. And it's like, I thought you liked my script. You're tearing it to shreds and telling me to completely redo it all over again. It's like, what the fuck? So this show, it's the first episode was actually pretty good. I would say it is pretty good. It started off, and it was a very sort of mysterious episode. The first episode of season 1, there was some mystery in those first few episodes, but it didn't really feel as mysterious and odd and bizarre as this did. This felt very sinister, like stuff is going on we don't know about. We're going to find out in these upcoming episodes. And, they arrive in this town. And now, I love the setting. I fucking love this Provincetown place. It's a beautiful setting with amazing scenery and houses, and you got the ocean right there. What a beautiful place to have a story in, especially a vampire story. For some reason, it feels perfect. And although I don't know if this is a consistent problem with every season, because I have only finished season 1. In fact, I'm on the final episode. And that really didn't have the color sucked out of it. But is it a problem consistently with the show where they suck the color out of it? Because this felt like they really snydered it up. They really sucked out all the color. And I think maybe it's because it's like a creative choice because it's a vampire story, and so they want it to be like all the colors sucked out to make it like scarier, like I don't know. You know how those things work where they're like, they I don't know what's in their minds, who knows why they did that, because it's a beautiful place. You don't need to do anything to make this place look scary or look like anything. You don't need to suck out all the color. I mean, it's the winter time anyway, so the color's already sucked out. I don't know why they did that. It is mysterious to me that is one thing that I probably don't like, but it doesn't really bother me that much because I enjoy the story so much. I mean, this first episode was, as I said, it was pretty good. You got this struggling writer, as the summary said, and as I mentioned, he was in Ratched, that piece of shit series, and I mentioned that he looked like sort of like a young Jack Nicholson a little bit, and he's in that sort of role now, and this where it's like it's like in The Shining where he goes to the hotel for the winter time to write because he needs to write something and finish a project, and so he's in that exact role now, and I just think it's genius because he totally fits, and it's like perfect casting, perfect choices in that department. And then you got Lily, and she plays his wife. I can't remember her name. Is it Emily? I can't remember, honestly. It takes me a while to remember characters' names for some reason. Like, if it's a really bad show, I won't even remember their names, and I'll just call them, like, nicknames. And so it takes me a little while for some reason. I don't know why. And she's good, too. I mean, she fits perfectly, too. As I watched her, I was like, wow, she is a really good actress. I mean, I saw her in Tell Me Your Secrets earlier this year, and she was a lot different in that. And so I thought, she's really good. She's doing something different, and I like to see her because she was also in season 1, and she was awesome in season 1 as this like very mysterious ghost character. So it's really cool to see her. And then the daughter's cool too. I mean, the daughter is like, she's a great character too. I mean, she could have just been the kid character, as you see in these movies and TV shows. You have like the little kid who's just there, and they're just annoying, or they're just in the background, or they're just the witness to the bad abusive behavior of the adults. You know what I mean? Like, they're not really a part of the story. But I really like how she's a part of the story, and she well, it just feels like she's going to have a major role in this show, a lot more than we would have thought before we even watched it. And so, he's really having a tough time starting. They really captured the the difficulty of writing perfectly. I mean, because oh shit, sorry about that. I just saw something. I thought it was like a bug or something in the car. They captured it perfectly. They have a scene where he's trying to write, and he's staring at this blank screen, and you just get all these flashes of like distractions, and his daughter's playing the violin in the background, which, oh god, that would be so annoying. Even if it was good violin playing, which it was okay, even if it was really, 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 really masterful violin playing, when you're writing, and if you're a writer like me, because I don't like to have distractions like that, it is horrible to have like, those sharp, violin playing in the background. And so they really captured that perfectly, the horror of not being able to get any writing done. And they're seeing these really creepy creatures around town that are obviously vampires. And they kill Roadkill, and which we saw in the opening scene. So that they leave like a trail of death into this town. And they're just walking around in this creepy sort of walking, and they all look like Nosferatu, and they're pretty creepy. They're pretty usual. They're not really anything we haven't seen before with vampires, which is fine because vampires never get old, no matter what, as long as they're treated like they're scary instead of like in Twilight where they're gay. Vampires are really good. So, anyways, one night, and this is gonna be spoilers. I'll just rate the episode so that I can get into spoilers, because when you review a TV show, it's really hard not to spoil things per each episode. I'll just say a little non-spoiler review. It was pretty good. It started off on this mysterious note, and it was sort of like, okay, this is a nice start. We're setting up. I would give it like a B plus. I think I couldn't give it an A minus because, when you put things into the A category, it has to be really, really, really good to be in that tier. And I don't think that this fits in the A tier because it's setting things up. When you set things up, it's not necessarily gonna be able to be in the A tier and be like, masterful type of stuff. But it was still pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with it, and I'm glad that we got 2 episodes because, the second episode really helped, and it was a lot better. And so to pair those 2 together was actually a really good choice. I would give this, as I said, a B plus. Now on to spoilers. One night, there's this really weird night that they have where the husband and wife want to go out to dinner. So they invite the woman who manages the house to come. Sorry about that. They invite her to come and babysit their daughter. And before anything happens, the wife gets horribly ill and she has to lie down because she's pregnant, she's feeling terrible, and the husband just goes by himself. But what was really weird was, first off, the daughter was worried about being there because she saw those vampires outside the window. And so it's like, okay, she's worried, and I don't blame her because she was in legitimate danger. And I don't know, he sort of shrugged it off, and he said, just get out the ingredients for your mac and cheese. And I'll talk about the mac and cheese later because that's a very interesting little thing that it's a mystery that I want resolved. So then he comforts his wife, and for some reason he's more worried about leaving his wife at home than leaving his daughter at home. I mean, I guess that he called the babysitter off because she's never there. I guess. I mean, we never really see confirmation of that, but she's there, and so they probably don't need a babysitter. But it was just weird how he was really worried about leaving her at home, but not leaving his daughter at home. And he even mentions the attackers, which is why his daughter is worried. So it's like, WTF, you know what I mean? Like, it was just weird with that. But we never get to see the mac and cheese being made. The wife was in bed, she was sick, and so did the daughter make the mac and cheese? Did she get her mac and cheese? I know that's like a weird question to ask, but it was something that was really bugging me, and it just kept coming up, like, even now, like, even throughout the second episode, I was like, did she get her mac and cheese? Was it good? Did she have a good dinner? Like, it really bothered me. And so then Harry goes to the bar to have a drink, or I guess it's a restaurant and bar, one of those sort of small town types of places that are pretty like a B plus type of a restaurant. Fitting, since it's a B plus episode, to go to a B plus restaurant. uh, and then we get to meet Mickey, and Mickey is played by Macaulay Culkin, and he's basically a bisexual hooker. And I thought that was pretty funny, seeing him. And oops, sorry about that. And then we also get to see Sarah Paulson as this homeless addict, and I thought that was really cool, because honestly, I didn't recognize her at all, and I'm still like questioning a little bit, like, is that her? Because I looked up and I was like, okay, I think that's her, but I mean, the only thing is like their eyes that match a little bit, and other than that, she looks completely different and like in disguise. And she's warning Harry to, get out of this town. And then later she warns him again in this restaurant. And I thought it was really cool to see her too. She kind of feels a little bit like the burnt guy in season 1. Wasn't that guy named Harry too? I can't keep up with all these names. Oh, shit. It makes me look like a terrible reviewer, doesn't it? I just see their faces on screen, and I just see face. I don't really care about their names. I just care about their faces and, their acting. So he meets this couple, or I guess they're a couple. You have this woman, Louise, and then the guy is Austin. And they're both famous writers, and they make friends with Harry, and they give him a pill, a black pill, and he takes it, and it basically makes him like a hyperactive writer, and it turns him into Jack in the Shining a little bit. It starts to do that, and it's like, okay, we're setting up wait a second, I didn't even talk about the vampire killing. Wait. See, this sucks. This really sucks. I don't know if I just talked about episode 2 or 1. Because that's one disadvantage to reviewing or just watching 2 episodes at once, is that you watch both and then you sort of confuse events a little in both episodes. So that kind of blows. Anyways, there's this one night where finally a vampire comes and breaks into the house. And Harry actually defeats him and just bashes his head in with like a fire poker. And that was a pretty cool scene. But what was really weird was how Harry was sort of like indifferent about it. He wasn't really that fazed by it. Like, there's been a lot of TV shows where the first episode revolves around killing someone at the end of the episode, and then that character is like really emotionally traumatized. But Harry really isn't, and so they're kind of saying that Harry was already a psychopath before he got to this town. Because, normal people like his wife and his daughter, they're shaken up by this. They don't, it's a traumatic event. But not Harry. So they're thinking about leaving. I'll leave it at that. So, this episode was pretty good. It sets up a lot of stuff. It's a setup episode. And don't worry, because the reviews probably won't be this long for every episode. This was just like an introduction type of review. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.